The film opens on a quiet seashore, where a young woman stands lost in thought. Out of nowhere, a strange man appears, his movements stiff and robotic, and suddenly kidnaps her, forcing her into a white van and driving away. In the next scene, we're taken to a bizarre house that's completely empty. There's no furniture at all. Everything, from the walls to the floor, is pure white. The kidnapped girl is kept there. At the same time, we see another woman who has just taken the victim's clothes. She notices an ant crawling on them and stares at it intensely, almost like she's studying its movements. Moments later, an alien spacecraft appears in the sky, but instead of landing, it vanishes into the clouds. Then the story shifts back to the woman now wearing the victim's clothes. She arrives at a shopping mall, buys a bunch of things, changes her look, and transforms herself into someone more attractive before heading out onto the streets in her car. Soon, she spots a young man and tricks him into getting into her car by pretending she needs directions. As they drive, she talks to him casually, asking personal questions, like who he lives with and whether he has a partner. The man becomes completely absorbed in her conversation, almost hypnotized. At her request, he follows her to her house. The way he walks makes it seem like he's under some kind of control, like he's possessed. He follows her without questioning anything around him. Inside, the house feels like a dark, empty void. As he steps forward, we notice his reflection on the floor, but soon realize it's because the surface ahead is covered in a strange black liquid. As he continues walking, he slowly begins removing his clothes, as if in a trance. With each step, he sinks deeper into the black substance. Meanwhile, the woman remains unaffected. The man is completely consumed. His body, even his face, disappears beneath the liquid until he's gone without a trace. The woman simply looks back, unfazed, then puts her clothes back on, returns to her van, and drives away. This reveals her true nature. She's hunting men for a specific purpose, luring them to their doom. Now, she's searching for her next victim. This time, she arrives at a beach and spots a man practicing swimming. Just as she's about to lure him in, something unexpected happens. A woman in the distance jumps into the sea to save her dog, but she fails and ends up trapped in the powerful waves, unable to make it back. Seeing this, her husband rushes into the water to save her. At the same moment, the swimmer notices the situation, gets furious, and dives into the sea to help rescue her. He manages to rescue the man, but the man's wife slips beneath the water and drowns. In a panic, the husband dives back in, desperately trying to bring her back. The swimmer jumps in again to save him and, after a brutal struggle, drags him out. Completely drained from the effort, the swimmer collapses and loses consciousness. Meanwhile, a girl stands at a distance, coldly watching everything unfold. After a moment, she walks over to the unconscious swimmer and strikes him on the head with a strap, as if making sure he won't wake up anytime soon. Then, she lifts him up and walks away. Nearby, the couple's young son is crying uncontrollably, but the girl doesn't even glance back. She completely ignores his cries, showing no emotion at all. She's utterly heartless. Time passes and night falls. A man, her accomplice, arrives at the same shore on a motorcycle, the exact place where the swimmer was taken. He carefully removes all of the missing man's clothes and belongings, erasing every possible trace so no one can figure out what happened to him. What's strange is how eerie and calculated everything feels. The boy, who was crying earlier, is still sobbing, completely abandoned and ignored. At the same time, we see the girl at a nightclub, luring in another victim and taking him back to her house. This boy meets the same horrifying fate as the first. He stands still in a stiff, posed position and then slowly submerges himself into a mysterious liquid. Inside that liquid, the swimmer sees the other boy. The moment he touches him, the boy's body suddenly explodes into tiny fragments. Immediately, a vacuum-like machine activates, sucking in and processing every piece. Now, the same gruesome fate is about to happen to this second boy. And once again, the girl sets out in search of her next prey. While walking down the road, a florist hands her a flower, saying it was sent by someone in another car. She doesn't react at all. She takes the flower without hesitation, even though it's stained with blood. That blood belongs to the florist himself, whose hand has been brutally severed. Soon after, she brings yet another victim back to her house. At that moment, the man who always follows her on a motorcycle, the one who cleans up the evidence, approaches her. They don't exchange a single word. They just stare into each other's eyes in silence. And then he leaves. Afterward, both of them head out on foot, the girl on her mission and the boy on his. Suddenly, she bumps into a man and falls to the ground. A crowd quickly gathers around her, rushing in to help. She finds everything around her strange, and the reason for that will be revealed later. Now, she starts observing everyone with a blank, almost bored expression, as if she's studying their lives. Focused on her mission, she approaches a man with a severely disfigured face. She asks him to get into her car and then questions him about how many friends he has. The man explains, "Because of my face, no one wants to be my friend. No girls come near me, I'm not even married." Hearing this, the girl gives no response. She takes him to her home. She's about to make him one of her victims, but then she notices a fly trapped on the windowsill. She stares at it, as if wondering what it might be feeling. Then she carefully examines herself, almost questioning her own actions. Suddenly, she lets the man go, as if realizing what she's doing is wrong. She gets into her car and drives away. News of her letting her prey escape reaches one of her companions. Furious, he goes to the man's house, kills him, and takes his body away in his car. Meanwhile, the girl appears deeply confused. She enters a restaurant and tries to eat a piece of cake, but immediately spits it out. It seems like she's tasting cake for the very first time and doesn't like it at all. Later, she boards a public bus, looking nervous and out of place. A man sitting nearby notices her anxiety and offers her a place to stay for the night. She agrees. The man turns out to be kind. He takes her home and cooks food for her, but she doesn't eat. Music plays on the TV, and she quietly listens to it. The next day, he takes her out for a walk. But that night, when they meet again, the girl suddenly panics and runs off into the forest. Meanwhile, her companions are shown searching for her. In the forest, she meets a man who warns her. "Did you come here alone? This is a very dangerous place. You need to be careful. You shouldn't be here by yourself." His concern surprises her. He also tells her about a shelter nearby where she can stay if a storm hits. She goes there and falls asleep. The next morning, she wakes up to find the same man from the forest, but now he's trying to assault her. Terrified, she tries to escape, but he catches her. As he forcefully starts removing her clothes, something horrifying happens. Her skin begins to peel off along with them. The man is terrified. The girl steps forward and slowly removes her entire outer skin, revealing a dark alien body underneath. Her human face remains in her hand, lifeless and empty. It's at this moment we realize the truth. She was never human. She's an alien, the same one who arrived in the mysterious spacecraft at the beginning of the movie. The true purpose of her mission, to eliminate humans, remains unclear. But now her strange behavior makes sense. She wasn't human. She didn't understand human emotions. And as she began to learn them, it conflicted with her mission. As she stands there, lost in thought, a man suddenly appears from behind. He pours gasoline on her and sets her on fire. She runs, trying to save herself. But after a short distance, she collapses, burning completely to ashes. As she dies, we see her companion standing far away in the same snowy field. He watches silently, as if he has realized that she is gone. And with that haunting image, the movie comes to an end. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Also subscribe to this channel for more stories like this.